My name's David Nyika, I'm 25 and I'm an Olympic boxer.
From New Zealand, David Nyika.
Wearing the silver fern is an honour and a privilege, and I feel like it represents so much of what we live by and how we understand ourselves in the world. You know, like the silver fern is a means of hope and a means of lighting the darkness when it might be, you know, when you're struggling to find your way. And I've kind of really taken that on board and thought, wow, like I can embody that. There's no light without darkness, and I think to become comfortable in dark places and to really thrive in those environments, that's what makes the good times so much better. And I feel so much better having worked out and being tired and knowing that I've given my all every day. I can come home and relax, and I can feel good about being a slob or being lazy or gaming in the office, or even eating unhealthily. Like I don't have the best diet in the world, but I have a work ethic that supports just about anything I eat, which is great. I think, you know, putting yourself in a dark place where you know, you might not be able to see the light makes it all the more rewarding when all of a sudden you do pop out the other side and you think, wow, like that was a trip. And that's what this last 12 months has been, especially with the lockdown, with the postponement of the Olympics. I lost sight for a little while, and that was pretty confronting because I've never dealt with any kind of mental health issues, and I started feeling like, wow, I didn't feel like I had a purpose, even though, you know, I have so much potential. And to experience that was, it really took some introspective thinking to actually decide, you know, what's best for me and how I'm going to get out of that rut. And so having supportive people around me, my partner, my family, my friends, my flatmates, my dog, it all contributes towards you know, being a better person and being a happier person and living a good life. My first fight was against another young kid at about 15 years of age in a community hall in Rotorua. But I remember kind of getting to the ring and thinking, oh, I've forgotten how to box, I don't know what I'm doing here. Lit the fire under me a little bit. I think I was in the gym the day after on a Sunday with my dad, and I kind of told my coach, I was like, yeah, I'm here for real kind of thing. Like, it's one of those sports they say, you know, once you get the bug, it's really hard to get rid of it. And so, yeah, like my dad joined the gym straight after I did, and about 6 months after that, my older brother, got involved as well, and we were on the New Zealand boxing squad together for maybe 3 or 4 years. And I've pretty much represented New Zealand since 2011 now.
And he's happy, he feels confident.
So my boxing record is 94 fights, 82 wins. I've won 2 Commonwealth Games gold medals. I've qualified for the Olympics. I've only lost 1 fight in New Zealand. Over the last 3 or 4 years, I've kind of been without a head coach for about going on 4 years now. So I've kind of been self-managed in a lot of ways, organising my own training, my own programs, but working really closely with my strength and conditioner. We've been working together for about 6 or 7 years now, and he's kind of been the rock for me in terms of, you know, staying on track and making sure I bounce off my boxing knowledge off him, and he can kind of feed it back to me.
Right, Dave, you're going to hold this for 8 minutes. Let's go, champ. Hold it. The relationship between Dave and I, he's one of my favourite athletes to work with. We're close. There's a lot of respect between the two of us, and it's been six fantastic years. Get chest up. In terms of Dave making the Olympics, we were here 5 years ago now when he was unsuccessful in his bid to make the Olympics, and that was heart-wrenching for him, and of course for myself as well, sharing that journey with him. So this time round, it's fantastic, and yeah, I'm really proud of him. For any aspiring athletes out there, I'd say you need not look past Dave. He's got all the attributes, the physical attributes for success, but more importantly, he possesses all the mental attributes that one would need to succeed. But he's also a hang of a nice guy, and I'd say one of the nicest athletes I've worked with as well, so fantastic. I haven't got anything bad. I actually haven't got anything bad to say. I haven't got anything bad to say about it. Oh, true.
This is like a second father to me. He's been a brother, a father. Shoulder to cry on. I don't think I've cried on your shoulder yet, but I appreciate this dude more than words can say. So thank
likewise,
you, my brother.
Likewise. Yeah.
Integrity, loyalty, and resilience. Those are my three values that I kind of try to live by. So every decision I make around those three values. You know, if it challenges one of the three of those, usually that will create some kind of conflict in my decision making. But you know, if I'm able to check those three boxes, you know, it should be an easy decision. That's what's important to me, and I feel like that's always changing. But at the same time, those are the first things that came to mind when I was asked by Dave Galbraith, a sports psychologist, you know, what are your values? And it was pretty obvious, you know, given what I had accomplished and what obstacles I'd faced. Those were the three things that, you know, made me come out the other side a better person, and what led to the successes I've had today. So I heard a pretty cool quote from Eric Murray. We were at an awards evening, and he basically said, you know, as an athlete, you know, it's your responsibility to make these decisions, and any decision you do make, you make because you want to, as opposed to, you know, sacrificing. So for that reason, I don't feel like I've made too many sacrifices in my sport. It's all been something that, you know, I've made a decision to do, and yeah, I stand by them, and I feel like I've grown into a better person because of it.
I've been working alongside David for probably the last 3 years, and the relationship started with us just being very much training partners and teammates, and then I was an active professional fighter right up until COVID came along, and since then I've pretty much just been spending the time helping out Dave rather than myself now that I'm in semi-retirement. Well, I've been pretty much a fan of his for quite a long time, and I've been quite good mates with David's brother, Josh. And then Josh was training with me as a training partner first, and then David come along a little bit after that. Very driven, very hard worker, and so yeah, he's very easy. Yeah, I don't really have to do too much with him. We're working with each other. I try and help him out the best way I can, but he's very much a world-class fighter on all of his own doings. Yeah.
1, 2. 1, 2.
A lot of people say you can't play boxing, but I feel like those people just aren't having fun doing it, you know? So I think as long as you can have fun while you're boxing, it's a game. That's why I get really upset when you know, people don't, you know, play to the rules. It's like, if I've been bitten in the ring, I've been headbutted, I've been low blowed. It's like, hey man, we're playing a game, what are you doing? My mum has inspired me a lot. You know, she's always kind of led the charge for me in terms of, you know, the way she deals with adversities has been something that I aspire to. And then, of course, there are boxers that I look up to, the Muhammad Ali's, the Sugar Ray Robinsons, boxers of the past, the people that are leading the charge today that are, you know, doing things a little bit differently. Like Andre Ward is my favourite, like, current-ish boxer, just because he's, you know, he got out of the sport with his brain intact, undefeated, world champion, and not many people do that these days. You know, they fight until they can't fight anymore, and that's, people are learning more and more that there's so much danger of, you know, pushing your body and your brain to its limits, and that's not, you know, that's not much fun. The Olympics is In boxing, I feel like it's the pinnacle, professional or amateur. You know, once you're an Olympian, you're always an Olympian. And to win an Olympic gold medal, you're a champion for life, and you're in the history books.
You go for a walk, mate? You want to get out and about?
Me and my partner have started fostering rescue animals, and that's something that's special to me, and something that's important, you know, to take myself outside of my own body and, you know, like not being so self-absorbed by, you know, what's going on around me. You know, I can go ahead and take care of something that needs the help, you know. We do it because we like it, you know. It's also selfish in the sense that we actually enjoy doing it. But no, that's something that I've really enjoyed doing. I've got into bonsai. I've started, like, I don't know, I don't really know why I became so obsessed with it, but somehow it seems to connect with the last 5 months, you know, 5 years, sorry, leading up to Tokyo. You know, it's an ancient Chinese and Japanese art form, and it's like, I don't know, something's drawn me to it. I'm not very good at it, but yeah, I'm always learning, and I feel like that's important to have some kind of, be stimulated in other areas of life, as opposed to, you know, always being in boxing, because boxing's like, it's pretty full on. It's a pretty full on sport. When you're in it, you know, you have to be there and you have to be present. Yeah, I need that release for sure. Boxing is a very finite sport. You don't want to be doing it into your late 30s, early 40s. It's like, I want to get it done now. I want to retire before my mid-30s, really. But I want to get as much done in that time as I can. So, yeah, after this year, it's going to be, I don't know what the future holds, but I know it's going to be exciting.